Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss an advertising strategy that can help business owners get better returns on their ad spend. And this strategy leverages conversational marketing. So as business owners, when we are advertising on platforms like Facebook or Instagram, we are doing it with the expectation of generating good returns on the money that we are spending on these platforms. Also, advertising on these platforms relies to a great extent on tracking users' behaviors on a web page by relying on browser cookies. Now, with the iOS updates, tracking has become less effective. People are opting out of tracking, so we don't know who landed on our web page and what actions he took on our web page. As more and more users have opted out of tracking, platforms like Facebook and Instagram have lost their popularity as advertising mediums. So in this video, I'm going to discuss a strategy that leverages conversational marketing to advertise more effectively. It helps in building a relationship with the audience, and it helps in providing value to the audience. So the approach that I'm going to discuss is very simple, and any business owner can implement it for his business and get better returns on his advertising spend. So, and before I start, I would also like to introduce myself. So I have been working in the field of advertising, especially social media advertising, since around 2 years now. And I have worked with more than 35 clients from US. And for some of my clients, I have generated revenues of more than $100,000. So I will discuss the usual approach to advertising, which is what is commonly done, and then I will discuss the strategy that I want to share in this video, which leverages conversational marketing. So let's start first with the usual approach. So, and let's take the example of a finance coach. So suppose there is a finance coach and he wants to sell his stock market investing course. So now so through advertising, he wants to reach out to new people who have never heard of his course before, who have never heard of him before. That's how he plans to acquire new customers for his stock market investing course. So he creates a sales page that lists out the benefit of the stock market investing course, the kind of uh, returns that people can make on their investments, and then there is a checkout page on the page so that people can buy the course on the sales page. And he creates ads which are targeted to a cold audience, and when people click on these ads, they are taken to this sales page. So so for a finance coach, the ad copy could be that uh, you are losing the value of your wealth due to rising inflation, and a good way to preserve your wealth is to learn stock market investing. Uh, I have I have been investing since 5 years, and I have generated these kind of returns for the investments that I have made. And I'm going to teach you the same in this course. So click the link below, and then when people click on the link, they are taken to the sales page. They read through the sales page. Now the problem is that people have not heard of this finance coach before. They might be interested in stock market investing. They might be already looking for a course, but since they have not heard about this finance coach, they do not trust him enough. So they read the ad, they click on the ad, they land on the sales page, but then they do not buy. They they do not want to buy immediately after hearing about this finance coach for the first time, and they end up they end up bouncing off. Now the cookies placed on the sales page can track who visited the sales page, and then the finance coach can create more advertisements for people, only for people who visited the sales page. And in these advertisements, he can share reviews and testimonials from his students and what kind of results his students generated after taking the stock market investing course. So people visited the sales page, and then they got again, they saw this advertisement again on their Facebook feed. And when they saw these reviews, uh, you know uh, they got into a more positive frame of mind, and they ended up buying the course. Now, there are a few problems with this approach. This approach works. This approach can lead to sales, but there are a few problems. The first problem is that because of the iOS updates, a lot of people do not get tracked when they visit the sales page. So you're spending money to send people to the sales page, and then you do not know all the people who landed on the sales page because simply because they have opted out of tracking. So so this way you are not able to utilize your advertising dollars effectively, and you're not able to advertise again to the people who actually visited the sales page. The second problem is that uh, there is no trust building because people saw the ad for the first time and they had to take a buying decision. They they did not trust the finance coach enough, and they did not buy the product. The third problem is that there is no value given to the user. So the user did not get any actionable information, any useful information that could actually teach him or help him to invest in the stock markets. So because of these problems, the advertising is not effective, and you end up and people end up and the finance coach will end up wasting a lot of money, and he might not get good returns for the money that he put in on advertising. So let us consider now a different approach to advertising. Just a moment. So so in this approach, what what we do, what this finance coach can do is that instead of asking people to instead of directing people to the sales page and actually pitching them the stock market investing course, what he can do is that he can write the ad copy which asks people to opt in to weekly messages from the finance coach. And these weekly messages uh, basically add some value to the user. So these messages could be an analysis of a blue chip stock. These messages could talk about macroeconomic concepts, basically anything which teaches the user on how to invest in the stock market. And so these messages have to be these messages will be specific. The all these messages will talk only about stock market investing. So the user opts into these messages, and then he gets messages on his Facebook Messenger every week. So one might argue that we can do this using emails, but the problem with emails are is the low open rate. So the open rate of emails is around 20%. And what I am proposing in this video is that we do this using Facebook Messenger, where the open rate is 80%. So the messages that the sales coach actually sends get read. And these and it is possible that it is we can it is possible to have links in these messages to blog posts or videos. So each week the sales coach can send one message, but then he can put links to videos or blog posts in these messages. And the good thing is that these messages, the interaction with these messages can be tracked. So the user clicks on the ad, he opts in to receive these messages, and then every week he gets messages. And when he clicks on these messages, the system, the Facebook Messenger can track that which of the messages are actually uh, the which of the messages the user is actually interacting with. So this interaction can be tracked, and this interaction is not based on cookies. So when the user actually clicks on the Facebook Messenger, he's on the Facebook platform, and the Facebook platform can track this interaction. And so the advertiser can create the sequence of messages beforehand. So once the user opts in, these messages are sent every week. And what the what the finance coach can do is that once the user has interacted with 5 or 6 messages, then in the seventh message he can actually pitch the stock market investing course. So the user, so the finance coach might have sent 8 messages and the user interacted with 6 of those messages. And then on the ninth message, when the user interacts with the message, uh, after some time he gets a message that if you want to learn more about stock market investing, you can you can look at this course. You have been already watching my, you have been already reading my messages and learning, but if you want to consolidate your learning, if you want to learn in a more comprehensive fashion, then you can buy this course. So what is happening here is that the the ad on Facebook did not pitch the stock market investing course. The ad only asked for opting in to weekly messages. So it is easy for the user to opt into a message rather than actually taking out his credit card and buying a course. So the user keeps on getting these messages. He keeps on learning about stock market investing. He his trust in this finance coach gets built. He has gotten value from the finance coach. So after this trust building is done, after providing value is done, then only then is the course pitched to the user. So from the point of view of the finance coach, he is getting better return on his ad spend. He has to advertise only for the opt-in. After the user has opted in, he can send messages to the user for free every week. And from the user point of view, also it's better experience that he did not have to make a decision immediately after looking at the ad. He opted in, he got messages, and then if he wanted to buy the product, he can buy the product. So advertising this way is a win-win situation for both the advertiser and the user. The advertiser is getting users to opt in, so he is spending his advertising dollars more effectively, and the user is also having a better experience with this business. So, so this is the approach that I wanted to discuss. So, so basically with conversational marketing, we can build a relationship with the audience without spending a lot of money. The money that we are spending, so we can implement this approach using any conversational marketing platform like manychat or chat fuel, and we have to spend on advertising, and we have to spend on the manychat subscription, which is much cheaper compared to retargeting on Facebook, uh, retargeting the users on Facebook who landed on the website. So so that's how this approach is different from the earlier approach, which relied very heavily on browser cookies. So if you want to like implement this approach for your business, then uh, then you can try this approach and see the difference between advertising using browser cookies and advertising using conversational marketing. And if you want my help to implement this for your business, then you can contact me by dropping a comment below, and I will be happy to help you to implement this approach for your business. If you have any questions about the approach that I just discussed, if you want to discuss this in more detail, then also you can reach out to me by dropping a comment below. And if you, so that's all I wanted to discuss in this video. Thank you for your time.